Hey everyone, my name is Pixel, and welcome back to another terrifying episode of Amnesia. Now we've gone through a few places, we've met a new friend. Now we are on the hunt for, and there's our friend. We're on the hunt for the 6 pieces of orb that will let us get into the inner sanctum to be able to stop Alexander from doing whatever it is he wants to do. So since we searched down there, we need to go back up here because I believe there's something that we missed. We need to find out what it is though. Because there's a couple doors up here that we haven't gone through yet. Yep, and I was right. Oh, a diary.
9th of August 1839. I can't stop sweating and shaking. The warding ritual was not something of a sane mind. I did not even realize the dungeon was still in use. Alexander had his servants bring one of the prisoners, a murderer, he told me. Alexander made all the arrangements, but he said I had to perform the ritual in order to have the right effect. The shadow could be led astray by the blood of another. Killing the man would provide us precious time. What else could I do? Alexander said it had to be done. He is saving my life. I don't have the luxury of argument.
Is he saving your life, Daniel? Or is he using you for his own goals? More than a half a lantern worth of oil. Okay, so we just flipped up those 2 switches. So I'm guessing that gives us access to something. And that door just won't budge. Okay, so let's head on back down to where we were.
Daniel, you have gone too far. I have to stop you. I can't let you proceed any further. I'm sorry, my friend.
I'm sorry, Alexander, but I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. And you're just gonna have to sit up in your little post, or wherever you're at, and just watch me. That's still boarded up. See
How are things coming? You got the doors open? Good going. I knew you could do it.
Yep. We got some doors open, so go that way. Okay, so we've got 2 places that we can go now. Be able to light one of those. Let's see, let's close this. Because you know we can't have people or things sneaking up on us. You know, I don't feel like touching that. Not right now anyways. Maybe I'll touch it after this journal entry and I'm done searching these things. Alright, what we got here? Wire taunts me from the other side. I trusted him with my true reason for my efforts, and still he insists on me releasing Agrippa. How an enlightened man can show such a lack of compassion and a seat of power disgusts me. I can't bring myself to part from Agrippa, as he is and been for centuries my only link to the worlds beyond. Wire claims he tries his best to release me from my banishment, but that he needs me to give him Agrippa first, so he too can help. If he could guarantee success, I would happily oblige, but how am I to part from him and my return might be denied? I know what they are capable of. I've seen their deception. Optimism is a most hopeless feeling, but I must retain it. I shall prepare for his release. To release Agrippa without killing him, Wire told me to feed him a tonic made from a paralyzer, vitae, and tamper. The poisonous fungi should work as a paralyzer if I can find the internal gland from a large specimen. The choir seems to be fertile grounds for this sort. I should then be able to extract its contents with the proper tools. The vitae can be extracted as usual from any agonized human victim's blood. I just need large amounts to distill it properly. Remember to collect this during the next torture section. Tamper, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists in this world. Simply writing the word with these letters looks wrong. I believe it's a property of the secretion in the water dwelling Karnak. I will have to address wire with this, as you will have to supply me with a host. Also, a properly prepared well should suffice to contain it. Okay, so that's telling us... That's telling us everything that we need to know to be able to find the tonic for Agrippa. Now let's touch this. In the court, the Order of the Black Eagle spew their politics at each other while I sit quietly in place, willfully forgotten. Once in a while, someone will notice me and lose themselves in a silent cower before regaining their senses. They all know I am the one and the same Alexander who helped their fathers and grandfathers to found this great order. I've seen them take their fathers' places, and they too will grow old and pass away, while I remain the same, aged not by time, but by anguish. I was gonna say, either something's beaten on that door, or I just can't open it. Where are we going? Alright, so our first place, we are going to the choir. The choir is going to be our first place that we start finding some war pieces. And this place is very bright. So I don't believe that we will need our lantern much in here. The men had secured the prisoner. The ritual began. Diary entry.
15th of August, 1839. The blood wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my action.
I think we got a paper cut. Oh, fuck.
Hurry.
What?
No time to spare. You have to kill another. Alexander produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil. A cold-blooded killer. Hurry. Alexander, you must let me be. I have to concentrate.
Picked up the knife.
Take the man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come.
Sorry, my buddy.
Please,
has
I
to be
didn't
done.
do anything. Take the man, cut the lines, paint the man, cut the lines.
Paint the man,
Leave
cut the
the man
lines.
cries. Now you see.
Some pretty fucked up shit went on down here.
I did well. One life for another. You hear me, guardian of the orb? I did all this for you. Now, once more, withdraw your shadow from my domain.
Oh, okay. I was supposed to walk out the door.
There isn't much time. I can feel it. We must act swiftly. I will do whatever it takes.
Let's shut that. I don't think there's anything else for us in here. Place is real shaky. That wasn't. No, wait.
The shadow.
That was her.
It's close now.
Hey, Tinderbox. Can I have that? Oh, good. We had to reach a little bit far from that. Alright, I guess we proceed downwards. Don't know why I have the lantern out. Okay, now we enter the main choir hall. Haven't found any orb pieces yet. Just one fucked up flashback. But I mean, you know what? If that's what we had to do to keep the shadows off our back, then that's what we had to do. Paint the man, cut the line.
Attentions, Daniel. Salvation. It used to be yours, but now you only seek misplaced revenge. How do you justify your violence? Is it for the greater good? Are you doing the world a service? It is you who caused all this pain and death. If you had accepted your fate and submitted to the orb when you first discovered it, none of this would have happened. It is curiosity in league with your selfishness that is killing us both.
This is a huge place. And apparently we're not alone in here. That's never a good sound. Well, that's a slow opening door. Well, what have we got here? Big statue.
Knows.
Go! What? Okay, let's touch it. The forger stood absolutely still. The casket had been closed, but a faint light made its way inside. A myriad of spikes pointed at him, glittering as they waited for his body to slip just for a moment. His knee jerked and he felt blood trickle down his leg. In pain, his head fell slightly forward. It took him a while to realize his eye had ruptured and began to leak. Okay, that's all that was about? Just for one fucked up thing? What is this? Oh, we stumbled upon a piece of the orb, I guess. Man, are they all just gonna look like pieces of rock? If that's the case, then man. Okay, we really need to get the hell out of here. My sanity is suffering. Whoa, what? We fell down the hole. Okay, and are we back at the... Okay, we're back at the entrance of the place. Well, at least that you know what? That gave us a little bit of a shortcut to search the other side. Tinderbox and oil. Let's see. You know, I'm just gonna hug the wall of this place. You know, it's letting us find things. It's letting us find things, and it'll, you know, it'll keep us from... Where did that come from? Okay, I think we're safe. No, we're not safe. No, we're not safe. No, we're not safe. And we're really not safe. Flashback.
The wheel is good for keeping your victims still during the procedure. They can be bound around the circumference or simply stretched across, tying limbs to the spokes and rim. All
found a big
tools
wheel.
are by this point useful, and you may administer the torture in any way you like. But the
Spin the
forte of the wheel is the gaps. When you have decided that the victim shall die, you can smash their limbs with a hammer, making
how
them
long I have to
fold
spin this for.
between the frame.
But they'll die. Too quickly, I mean.
No, don't worry. The human body is much more resilient. They can survive for days until they finally succumb.
What am I supposed to do with this wheel? Oh, it was one of the touch things, but it wouldn't activate because I was in a flashback still. The murderer's limbs were tied to the spokes of the wheel. They turned the wheel slowly, but with the intent so that the rope secured around his leg stretched and cracked the bone. He no longer had the strength to scream. The two men looked at each other knowingly and took a hammer and struck the victim's chest in a final act of mercy. Oh, check us out. 2 pieces down. Now, we were just being chased. Okay, our friend is left, or so it seems. We didn't exactly get to finish. Okay, this isn't a place to explore. Can I have that? Okay, so we've got... Okay, you look slow. Are you a brute? Or are you a gatherer? I think you're a gatherer because you're not running very fast. But I'm still gonna run through the dark. You're a brute. Don't run. Excuse me, I think the only thing to do in that situation is run. Or lest you forget, those things kill. Okay, so we're gonna go across this bridge then. Maybe we can avoid one of our friends. You know, we can stick to moving in the shadows like this. Oh, you know what? This is that thing that they were talking about. It's a big bull. The trader did not know what to think of the brass bull as he was forced to enter it. Only when the heat of fire began to scorch his skin and cook his flesh did he realize it was to be his tomb. His screams of pain echoed inside the brass chamber and traveled through the complex instrument, which was the bull's head. Outside, the men could only hear the brazen bull bellow. Pretty fucked up stuff. Oh. Hey. Orb piece number 3. Alright, so I think it's time for us to get out of here. I believe that was the last place for us to search in here. Hey, jar of oil. So let's see if we can make it out of here without dying. First, we're gonna see if there's any more goodies for us to find. Hey, that's the hole that I fell down. Okay, so there's nothing left for us to find in here. So the only thing for us to do is to leave. Let's head on out of here. We've got 3 pieces of the orb, which means we've got 3 to go. I think the door was somewhere around here. Yeah, it was right here. Alright, well, That wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'm glad that the pieces of the orb actually give off, you know, like some kind of glow. Because without that glow, they just look like pieces of rock on the ground. Especially with that first one that I found. Like, I kind of accidentally stumbled upon that one. And that kind of helped me figure out that that's what I needed to be looking for. Okay, so to recap, we found 3 pieces. We found one of the ingredients for that tonic that he wanted us to look for. And I'm hoping there was only 3 pieces in there.
How are things coming? Incredible. You found Vile's recipe. Then there might still be a chance.
Yes,
Listen
Agrippa.
carefully. Alexander is working on opening a gate, a door to another world. It's where he wants to go. If you could put your anger aside, let him open the portal before you take your revenge. Let me pass the gate, Daniel. Please, find the ingredients and prepare the tonic Vile describes. And do so before you assemble the orb. The barrier keeping you from the inner sanctum will only be breached for a short time. Unless everything is taken care of before mending the orb,
Okay.
you won't be able to save me.
Okay, so I have to make the... Okay, so I have to make the tonic and then put the orb together. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm raising and lowering. Was I supposed to put something on there? I'm not sure. Maybe I was supposed to just lower it. I think this is my way down. Is that what I was? Okay, that's not what I was supposed to do. Man, poor Daniel. I just send him to his death. Falling down so many holes. And why am I all the way back here? It's a weird checkpoint. Place is still locked. Go back to it.
How are things coming? Looks like you cleaned out the choir. Head for the transept and find the rest of the ore pieces.
Thank you, Agrippa. That's exactly what I wanted to know. Okay, so I found everything in the choir. So now all we have is the transept left to look. But I am out of time for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, feel free to like the video. If you want to be notified whenever future episodes come out, feel free to subscribe to the channel. You'll be notified whenever of future videos that I make, as well as see all of the past videos that I've made. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next episode. Bye now.